The company which never had authority to run airport before 2019, just after 2019, suddenly they have control of 7 airports right now. How Adani went from zero to hero and built a $2 billion company to $100 billion company in just 4 years. So let's begin.
In international news, Gautam Adani, an Indian businessman who made his fortune in shipping and coal production, has officially passed Jeff Bezos to become the world's second richest person.
Adani was born in 1962 in a Gujarati family. He was born in a middle class family where his father did the business of clothing. So the business was in his blood from the beginning itself. Even though his father was a businessman, he wanted to study. So he completed his studies till 10th in the hometown itself. He wanted to go to somewhere outside the town to complete his higher studies. So he went on to Ahmedabad for his higher studies where he did diploma in the commerce. But unfortunately, he had to stop his studies in the middle itself because of the financial condition in his home. So he came back to his hometown in 1978 and he went back to Mumbai where he started selling diamond polishing factory where he worked as a worker. For 3 years, he studied the market of the diamond. He studied how the diamond works, how to sell the diamond, how to make the business in diamond, how to make profits in the diamond. He did the job for 3 years and after all, at the beginning of 1981, he started his first business and that was selling diamonds to the people. And with that, he made the profit of over 10,000 rupees back in that time. After that, his elder brother called him back to the town where he called him and asked him to manage the new plastic factory that he had just brought and to manage and to run the factory because the factory was running under losses and the brother wanted Adani to run the factory and make it profitable. After that, he studied how the plastic market worked, how he has to make the profits in the market, and finally till 1985 he got to understand the plastic producing market very much well in the Gujarat and he got to know that primary polymer granules was becoming very famous in the market and he wanted to start producing them. So he started producing the primary polymer which was being very much sold in the market and he earned a lot of profits from that. After this, he was a well-known businessman in the part of Gujarat and he had a very strong connections with the political parties and the other things too. So he was becoming very famous and was producing and earning profit at a very high phase right now. Finally, after 1985, Adani Enterprises was started where he started a group of companies including with his brothers.
There were 2 people who influenced me. My mother, who was the pillar of our household and instrumental in keeping our joint family tightly knit.
The rise of Adani was from beginning itself. As he was having many connections with politicians and also he was good at tradings, he met the CM of the Gujarat, Keshubhai Patel. Keshubhai Patel was looking for someone who can handle and develop the port. Adani saw it as an opportunity and asked Keshubhai Patel to hand over the port. And here begins the rise of Adani. As he was having the largest port in India, that is Mundra Port. As he had many good connections with politicians, he went on to acquire more and more ports. Approximately, he acquired 15 ports in 1990s. And after this, he saw an opportunity in FMCG market. In FMCG market, he went on acquiring Fortune refined oil, which made him very profitable business and also very benefit out of it. If you want to know about FMCG market and detailed analysis of FMCG market, you can check this video out. अदानी जी को सिर्फ ऑयल और पोर्ट्स में नहीं रुकना था. They saw one more opportunity in mining industry. He went on acquiring more and more mining areas across the India. He went on to sell and supply electricity to all other states. And soon after, he started producing solar panels and PV panels in 2017 as he saw opportunity in renewable energies. And right now, he announced a $5 billion project on this sector. Then after, obviously, Adani तो रुकने वाला ही नहीं था. He enters the market of building airport, where he is building airports all over the India right now. और भाई वही हुआ जो होने वाला था. He left behind motorbike and all the people and becomes second richest person in the world with a valuation of $115 billion.
At this time, exactly in last year, everybody सब लोग कह रहे थे कि अदानी अब खत्म हो चुका है, अब कुछ नहीं बचा है अदानी में. अगर आप अदानी में इन्वेस्ट करोगे तो आप पक्का लॉस में जाओगे. And that was true too. Adani stock prices were falling and falling and falling because of one report, and that was Because of the report that Hindenburg released, the stock prices of Adani went down and most of the people were accusing Adani of being a frauder and a scammer. And that was obvious because Adani has risen to this much in a very short period of time. And whoever sees this rise of Adani might think that he is doing fraud or he might be a scammer that is scamming other people by taking up their money or loans. And also many acquisitions were made between Adani and the ruling party because they thought that Adani and the ruling party had a very strong connection between them. Obviously not all of this of the reports of Hindenburg were true. Let me tell you why. Because Hindenburg is a short seller company. The meaning of short seller company is that they make false acquisitions and false reports on the companies to bring the stock prices down. And while all of this was happening, when the stock prices come down, Hindenburg earns a lot of profits. This is the reason why most of the reports that were made on Hindenburg on Adani were false. Because of this controversy that was happening between Hindenburg and Adani, Supreme Court came in between because there was a lot of common people that invested in the Adani company. This took over the investigation of Adani and many things came out, and this is how Adani's downfall started. While Adani's stock prices was falling, Adani's net worth too. It fell to $60 billion. Adani lost $60 billion in a single day.
ये सब लफड़ा होने के बाद अदानी भाई तो चुप बैठने वालों में से नहीं थे, इसलिए he did some strategies and made his empire safe.
How does it feel to be wealthy? What does money mean to you? See, Rajbhai, these rankings and numbers do not matter to me. These are only media hype. I'm a first generation entrepreneur. I get my thrills from handling challenges, and the bigger they are, the happier I am.
इतना सब होने के बाद भी investors still invested in the company as they have trust towards Adani, and the credit score of the company still remained the same. It didn't decrease at all. Without any fear, Adani kept on growing his business. He didn't care at all about stock prices as he was knowing it gonna rise in the future. So he kept on growing and expanding his business. You will be shocked to know that Adani had invested 7 lakh crores in all the sectors across the India.
The other reason why Adani भाव इतना आराम से cool से अपने कंपनी को चला रहे थे क्योंकि all of his assets were made of physical assets. That means he owned many lot of physical assets. For example, mining mill, cotton factories, all of this kind of physical assets. This is the reason why even though his stock fell very much down, it didn't affect his network and him and the company of Adani very much. This is the reason why धोनी की तरह आराम से वो अपने मैच खेल रहे थे, कैप्टन कूल की तरह, इतने प्रेशर में होने के बाद भी. Now, as I told you, he got many assets in the physical assets, right? In the form of physical assets, right? So even if his stock prices went down, he can just sell his physical assets and repay his loans. इस तरह से Adani वापस अपने trust public से ले चुके हैं. Now, Adani went from being below 20th richest person in 2023 to taking the spot of 14th richest person in the world. $2 billion in 2023 to $100 billion right now with his net worth. Adani has known for his comebacks, whether it might be the kidnapping attempt on him that was made in 1998. Or might be becoming very close to that in the Taj Hotel attack because he was also present in that attack when that happened. Or might be the recent Hindenburg Report where his company almost went bankrupt. He survived it all and he came back as the strongest comeback ever. Adani is one of the best example of how to become the greatest businessman in India. Adani has been investing in India in very much. He has been determined and dedicated to invest and make India one of the richest countries in the entire world. I have never seen anyone who is investing in India this much rapidly and this much aggressively as someone as Adani. Adani is one of the best businessmen that India has ever produced and has given to the entire world. Adani's story is one of the most amazing story and it's very worth listening. Adani जैसे ही एक और बंदा है जिसने अपने जिंदगी में बहुत सारे अप्स एंड डाउन्स देखे, इसने अपने जिंदगी में बहुत सारी कठिनाइयों को देखे, फिर भी उन कठिनाइयों का सामना करते हुए वन ऑफ द मोस्ट प्रॉफिटेबल स्टार्टअप दैट इंडिया हैज एवर सीन को बना छोड़ा. और वो स्टार्टअप बूटस्ट्रैप्ड भी है एंड इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वैल्यूड स्टार्टअप इन द वर्ल्ड. द स्टार्टअप दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इज Zerodha, the stock brokerage company. And if you want to know more about Zerodha, we have done a case study which you can look on by clicking on this. But till then, keep learning, be curious. I hope this video was worth it.